nice night though, man. Like
It is very nice. The
full
moons,
moon.
yeah. I looked up last night and saw it was a full moon while we were out. I said, "Oh God," but it wasn't really bad for a full moon, though. To be honest,
Nah,
it was
nothing
not.
too crazy.
It was a great night.
But no, yeah. Welcome to the Young Show.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I'm Kendall.
I'm Dre.
Another beautiful night here in Tejas. Nice, not too hot outside. It's almost is it springtime? Almost summertime. I think we got another month until summer. We're gonna be sweating our balls off the entire time.
Texas summers ain't no joke.
No, you really you imagine we used to work out in this like 2 days,
Man, get out there. You not only work out one day, you work twice a
twice.
day.
Yeah, and then be happy about it too.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like I
2
wake up
days, yeah.
early in the morning to be vomiting
Yes,
on
gotta get ready
somebody's
for the
football
season,
field.
man.
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
know Friday night it's finna go down.
yeah, yeah. Get ready, stay ready.
Yeah,
But no, yeah, man. It's funny to look back on things we used to do out of fun, and then be like, I've grown as a person, but it's still like slightly embarrassed about that. But
like what?
uh, working for minimum wage, I guess that's one of those things. But I don't know what's been up. You.
Oh yeah, man. It's been a lot since we've had our last podcast. Last show. Uh, I've I shaved my head completely bald. Had like a whole Britney Spears moment. Really, I was. This is the Young Show. We're gonna keep it a buck, keep it real. My hair was thinning.
Understandable,
My hair was
understandable.
thinning. I didn't hit the big 3-0. My hair was thinning. I was like, you know what? I shaved my head, embrace it, and if it doesn't grow back, it wasn't gonna grow back.
Yeah,
But maybe it'll grow in thicker and
yeah.
faster. That was literally like probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago. My hair came back. So,
Maybe just some botana oil.
oh, I've been using jojoba oil and
Okay.
rosemary mint,
All
and
right.
I've
All
been
right.
taking collagen biotin pills with vitamin C.
No help.
Yep. And like these super green powder, like powders that you put in your
Okay.
water and you shake it up, drink it.
And it helps your hair grow.
Yeah, because the vitamins and everything in it. So
Okay.
I
I
do
know
that. Drink lots of water.
there's a lot of people out there probably fighting the air right now, wishing they could get their hair back.
Yeah. And then of course, like I bought a bonnet, purchased a bonnet. You're like, oh, why ain't you just get a do rag?
Do rag, nah.
Let me do me.
Right?
So
You're not
yeah, I
trying to
got a
get
bonnet.
waves. You're just trying to,
Yeah, I'm just
protect
trying
your
to
hair.
protect my hair.
Mm-mm. Yeah, thank God I don't have to worry about that issue. But
Oh yeah,
one
it's
of
a
those things,
blessing.
it's a blessing.
But yeah, I cut my hair bald. Um, oh, we booked us a cruise.
Oh, that's right. We are
Yeah,
going on a cruise here soon.
yeah.
We'll try to do a show from the boat.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see if we can make it happen. Keep y'all updated. But no, Margaritaville is doing, Heroes Cruise or something like
Yeah.
that for like healthcare workers, like nurses, doctors, all that, and
They
they
do
were
it for like first
discounting
responders
first
and
response. Yeah,
teachers
yeah.
and I think vets too.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
it's
didn't
a whole list.
like. Uh, I didn't. Crazy enough, I didn't read details. I just said, "Oh, nurses can ride like with discounted tickets, like,
Yeah, discounted
cause you trying to
cruise.
go."
Look, say less.
And
Sign me up.
yeah, so I just booked that little cruise right quick. We just did a little two
Yeah,
nighter, nothing too crazy. You work hard, you
you gotta
stress
enjoy it.
out, like, and you just like, man, I need to take some time to relax and clear my mind. Have some fun, let my hair down. You see how I did that? But no, and speaking of, you work hard and everything, and nurses and everything, like, so this Friday was my best friend's birthday. Uh, I've been working doubles all week, and I was working a 2 to 10, 10 to 6, 16-hour shift. It's coming up on the end of my shift, and one of the nurses comes over and she's like, "Hey, can you help me with this?" And she said it softly, and it's like I was like not really ready for that. And I looked at her and said, "Did you just ask me for help?" And it's like set in that she's moving the crash cart.
Okay.
So I hop up and we're on the way. We're rolling to a room and it's like we walk in there and it's a mess. Like
Mm.
patient's not doing well. Um, so I was working at a nursing home. We call 911, start coding the patient, and patient didn't make it. And so that's like 4 a.m. I get off at 6 in the morning, and I'm about to go drive to Frisco and go celebrate my friend's birthday. And it's like, okay, got me a few hours of sleep
Mm.
and go celebrate. But it's like it's difficult to explain to people how the things that you go through in a shift.
Yeah.
Like you can have, everything can be going great in life, and people think, oh, this is their job. They're used to this. I don't think you ever get used to that.
No, I don't feel like you can, unless
If
you're just a sociopath or
Yeah,
something. But
and I've been doing this for years, and I've lost plenty of people. I worked through COVID. It was terrible, like 2 and 3 deaths a day, every day. And I was working. I worked a month and a half straight at one point, no days off, 12-hour shifts. So seeing death that much in such a short span of time, and you just go and
until you
put a
accept it,
faith.
kind of.
You don't you put it back in the back of your mind, like
Yeah.
I can't focus on that and try and save the next life. I can't focus on that and continue like moving on in life. I don't have time to process this. I don't have time because I got other responsibilities and things to do.
Yeah.
And now it's sort of like, okay, so same situation. I've been doing this. I just literally did everything I could to save this person. Like CPR is intense. Like
Yeah.
it takes away from you. Like you are pushing, 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 breaking ribs,
Yeah. You got to be in
and
shape to do CPR
yeah,
too.
and it's like to do that, and you're in your head like, okay, I'm trying to get them back. I'm trying to get them back, and you lose them. It shows you how powerless you really are, and so that's a whole another like side of it. Is like you realize like I have no control.
Yeah. You
Like this is
you can
life and
fight,
death, and
fight,
this
but
isn't
you
in
don't
my
have any
yeah.
control over it. Do you kind of take one of those, is like one of those things you try to take personal, or like you kind
I
of like
used to
shrug it
take
off
it
and
personal.
okay.
And I say used to. I probably still do. Like it's one of those things. Like even now as we're talking about it, it's emotions that I am trying to repress and like not think about. Like
Yeah.
I'm talking about it, but trying not to like too much feel it. So I took it personal, especially with God. Like it was to a point, especially when it was like you made me a nurse.
Mm.
You gave me the heart to want to care for people. But at the same time, what am I doing this for if I can't save them, you know? And then there's people like, well, you save some, and it's like, but in your head, you want to save everyone,
Yeah.
but you can't. I took it personal because I was like, you did this to me.
Yeah. Put me in
Why?
this
Why did
position.
you put me in this position? So the same things that are a blessing, and they provide us and our family with things, and you know,
Way to eat and get a
yeah,
job and
it's a blessing, but it also feels like a curse at the same time. To be a nurse, you're not only working, you empathize. Like I take on the feelings of whoever's in my care. I take on the feelings of their families.
yeah.
That was another thing that was very tough. Is you sit there and you look at these people in their eyes, and they're calling you, and they're looking at you and saying, please, like, bring them back, bring my
Yeah.
mom back, bring my dad back, bring my aunt back. Like,
But it's like,
and it's like they're gone.
sorry, I can't. I couldn't do it.
And when you like hear them cry, like I don't know how anyone else does it, but for the most part, all I can offer is a hug.
Yeah.
That's all I
Condolences.
got. And in that hug, I know it's not going to do it, but I'm just trying to, take away all the pain in a hug, and that you can't,
Yeah.
because I've lost my mother. Like nothing anyone says or does
Can
can
change
take
that.
that
Yeah.
pain away, and you move on day to day, but it's always there. It lingers.
Yeah.
And so I'm at this birthday party. I'm having a good time. I'm smiling and everything, but it's still on my mind. And from that, I see a guy, and he looks like one of my friends that took his own life.
Uh,
And it's like, now I'm triggered again. Like
it's
it,
everywhere.
it's everywhere. And
Yeah.
so you just, you keep going. That's it. I mean, what am I gonna do? Not keep going? Like that's the thing. Like it gets dark.
They say it doesn't get easier. You just get stronger, and it's like a continuation of day by day. Like you're still going to be triggered,
Yeah,
but you're not. I guess as triggered. You're not as hurt by it, but it still hurts nonetheless.
yeah. I think the best way I've heard it described is grief is like I think they said grief is like you take a ball and you put it in pretty much like a circle or a jar, and you shake it around, and every now and then it hits the walls, and then but it's a jar that continues to expand,
Yeah.
and so it hits less frequently,
Okay. Yeah.
but it's still there.
It's
It's
still.
just in
Yeah.
certain moments it hits more than others.
Yeah.
So that's what I think of it as, because it like when people initially pass away, you grieve often, like every day.
Because it's all you think about.
It's
Then
all you
it's
think
like
about every day. And then eventually, as days turn to weeks, turn to months, turn to years, like it doesn't, you think about it, but it doesn't hold the power that it had.
yeah, it's not as potent
Yeah,
anymore.
it's not as potent. But
I feel you.
you know, you just I've realized, and we talk about people self harming and suicidal ideation, and as a nurse and as healthcare professionals, it's crazy because you sit here and you talk to your patients, you talk to their families, you offer them this advice and stuff on depression, etc. But we have our own
Yeah,
thoughts of those things.
everybody's
And
fighting the battle.
yeah, yeah, and it's like one day I realized myself, like it's like you identify your self harm. Some
Yeah,
people cut themselves, some people um, you know, bang their heads on walls, punch walls, whatever. And I realized I was like, oh, my form of self harm is literally like putting myself through strenuous like exercise or something. Like uh it wasn't it was at some point I went and bought an axe. And in my head I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take out some frustration.
yeah,
Like I'm gonna, get a workout in. I took an axe and I'm like chopping wood, and I'm like, this ain't cutting it. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm like, there's a tree right there. I'm gonna chop down that tree. And I went probably 3, 4 hours just chopping, chopping, chopping at this tree, chopping at this tree. Broke the axe, duct taped it, chopping, chopping at the tree. Like, made blisters on my hands, wrapped them up, chopping, chopping at this tree. Finally, it falls, and I felt a release.
yeah,
But I looked back and I was like, this is self harm. Like,
yeah.
why did I
You should
why
cut
did I
down a
put
perfectly
myself?
good tree. Like
Yeah, like
I could have sat under this for shade.
yeah, but and that's the thing. This sometimes we self sabotage. I think that's a good I guess you could say what analogy.
Yeah,
The same tree that could have been used for shade and to make me feel better and protect me, I chopped it down and sabotaged something that could
didn't.
help me.
Yeah,
that was good for me. I think a lot of us we battle that, and I don't know. I think it's maybe people don't think that they deserve good things in life, but you deserve a good life. Why not?
Yeah,
Why don't you deserve good things? Because I guarantee you, the people that you care about, you're going to tell them,
they deserve good
you
things.
deserve this. You deserve the best. Then why can't you take your own advice? Like, acknowledge that you deserve good things. So, work hard. Go enjoy life. Go do things. Go hiking. Go to the mountains. Go to the beach.
Yeah, go do something you've never done before. Like,
Yeah. Try
right?
different restaurants. Go to different countries, different states. Like, get out of your box. Like, I think that I've realized now more so than ever that our generation is literally in prison
Oh
every
yeah,
day. We stay in these four walls we
looking at our
call
phone.
on our phone. Like, we're in prison to the internet. We're in prison to our homes. Like, get out. Go touch grass. Smell the air.
Right.
Let the windows down.
Put your toes in some grass. Go ground. Like,
Yeah. Ground. Yeah. Grounding. That's really good. But yeah, enjoy life. Love life because it's going to end. Don't make it.
it
What you
is.
gonna end it? What you gonna injure yourself for? It's gonna end. You just hang on there,
It's
bud.
short. It seems like a long journey, but
Yeah.
it's pretty short compared to the overall like time. 100 years is still 1925. That was 100 years ago, but it's like that's still only a century compared to the millennia that have gone by, and like people still not appreciating it. I think we get caught up in the hullabaloo of like day in day out work and the stressors, and you just gotta find your lane
Yeah.
and work your way to I won't say work your way to happiness because that's not true, but like work your way to a good spot to where you can be comfortable enough to be happy and take advantage of everything you work for.
Yeah.
It's one thing you learn as you mature. Like it's not gonna be perfect. You can never. I know back in the gap, you say, "Oh, by the time I'm 30, I'm gonna have it together." You never get it together
No,
unless you're rich. You never really get it together. You never
they don't even have it together.
look. You never get a point to where you can just say, "Oh, I've got it all figured out," because you never get it all figured out. Because once you got A figured out, there's still B, C, D, and all the way through Z.
Right.
But just blessed to have another day and take advantage of it.
Yeah. Yeah. What
I'm
about you? What you've had going?
just work, man. Trying to be a homeowner, cut my own grass now. I got rid of my lawn guy, and I figured I got strong knees and good back. I can get out and cut my own lawn. My dumbass did it in shorts the other day,
Yeah.
not realizing when you weed whack, everything flies back and hits your legs.
Yep.
But that's one of those things you got to learn as coming from an apartment to a home. You learn being a homeowner coming from an apartment, and this homeowner shit is pretty fun. Like I'm not gonna lie, like it's yours. You get to do whatever you want to it. I can cut designs in my grass, do whatever I want. I live in an HOA, so I can't really go too wild. But it's interesting. I've always been like, oh well, with an apartment, I don't have to worry about cutting the grass, and if anything breaks or getting it fixed, the apartment complex has that covered. But you know, you kind of take responsibility of it. You get a different feel when you're a homeowner, like that pride, kind of like this is mine. Like like I put those flowers in that bed. Like it's something you can never really grasp when you're a renter
Yeah.
because you're like, oh, this isn't mine. I'm just here for the time being. I'm just here for my lease, and that's it.
Now that you say that, like when you rented, did you like decorate your apartment? Did you put like paintings and stuff and,
Yeah,
and make it like homey?
I tried the best as I could, but I'm a
Yeah.
guy. I can't really.
You think
Like,
that's the thing is as a guy, it's difficult to do.
yeah, because
Okay.
we you can as a guy you can give me a TV one chair, and as long as I got my PlayStation, I'm good in that room.
Yeah.
It's also like I never really had dishes before I actually got into a
I missed that.
relationship.
I missed
I
that.
never had dishes. Like I had like Tupperware because I take food to work and come home eat, and I might have a plate or two, but realistically, I never had dishes. Like I used to, when I got my first apartment, I was working, I think, at Papados, and majority of my dishes I had came from Papados. Forks,
Yeah.
knives, like all my silverware came from there. I think I maybe had like one or two plates, and it's like I won't say we as guys don't know how to decorate, but it's always like most of us are simplistic. We really
Yeah.
don't need all that. But that's what God gave us women for.
Yeah.
They bring a different eye to it, and they can kind of give us guidance to like, hey, you need to put a painting. That's why I got most of my pictures because like a chick came in and was like, yo, your house bare. Like I took offense to that, so I had to go start buying art and like somewhere to put my books and just try to spruce it up a little more. But
Yeah, I heard somebody say that if you struggle making your home feel like home, like especially like apartments or something like that, they said it's because you always had to get up and go, or you were made to feel like you weren't welcome in your home as a child.
no, okay,
And when I heard that, I was like, huh,
I can see that.
you know,
She's always on the move, kind of.
yeah, yeah,
I won't say. Well, we were on the move a lot as kids, but my mom always decorated, but it was like we never really stayed anywhere for longer than like 2 or 3 years,
hmm,
and then we became adults, and like I can see how like always being able to just get up and go kind of would tie into not decorating because you don't have to worry about, well, I got to take all these paintings down and repaint this wall that I painted. You can just grab all your shit, pack it up, and dip out without having issues.
yeah.
I pulled some Dolphin moves and moved out of apartments in the middle of the night too, though. So it's one of those things.
I think my biggest thing hearing, in black households, it's always, this is my house. You
Oh
don't pay
yeah,
no bills here. And as soon as you turn 18, you getting out.
getting
And
out.
I think it's made. I maybe I'm wrong, and if you all would like to comment, please be nice. I'm sensitive, but
Sensitive.
it's I feel like it's black males. Like as a black male, I was told like, ain't no grown man gonna be living in my house. And so as soon as I turned 18, she was like, yeah, you gotta go.
Right.
Like my
It's
dad was present, but my mom said you gotta go,
it's
and dad
weird. Like
supported
I
it.
don't see any other races doing that really.
Mexicans, they all stay together.
Yeah,
Like you got like two, three different like
generations.
families,
Well, yeah, like
yeah, and generations even in the same house. And Asians,
yeah.
like they don't just necessarily kick their kids right out. White people, they don't necessarily just kick their kids out when they turn 18. Like they help them go to college and everything. Like
It's like I never understood it. I really like. I don't want to generalize, but I know a lot of people who have said the same exact thing. My parents were like, when I turn 18, I gotta go. Like my sister turned 18, my mom was like, you can go to school to the military, and it's like we don't. At the age of 18, you're still young.
yeah,
You're an adult
you're still
legally.
a child.
You're still a child, but it's like I don't know. I think it's one of those things that we as a people kind of have to get to the bottom, to the root of, or
Hmm.
like other things that are tied into other aspects of life that have bled over now into the situation that we have now. But it's still like I won't say the CIA, but like they did a number. Like
Yeah,
another reason I think we were talking about the other day. Like as a rapper, why do you have to be a thug? Why do you have to be like a street nigga? I don't see country artists having to
sell meth
sell meth or be a
to be
farmer
successful
or
and have money.
but
But it's like, and even talking about like thugs and drug dealers are not successful people. Like they've got maybe $10,000 at a time in their pocket or whatever, whatever, a couple 100,000. But at the end of the day, like that's like the higher ups that's got
Yeah,
money like that. Like the dudes that's out here just selling, like
that piece and
yeah, they're you're
ounces,
not making
and
money like that. You just feel like
you have the
you got
freedom to make money. You don't have to pay no
when you
taxes on
want
it
to,
either. That's what it
taxes.
is.
But then like you gotta be careful because the government like, why is this man not
Yeah, you can't do
get?
anything
Why
with
don't
that money
yeah?
because if
You
you
can't
put
go
that in
buy
a
a
bank
home with it.
account, what job you working? Like
Exactly. Where'd
they
this
gonna,
money come from? Did you pay taxes on this money?
yep,
And it's crazy that's another thing. We have to pay taxes out of our checks.
on money that
When
we
you
already
go
get.
buy something with the money that you've received that's been taxed, you
Yep,
have to pay a
tax
tax
on
on the
that
thing you
too.
just bought. And when you sell that thing, you
Tax
have to
on
pay
that.
tax on that.
And just like I don't like, it's just one of those things. Taxes are taxes.
Yeah,
I can understand homeowners tax
yeah.
because those fund schools, but it's like, where's my money going? Like, what's it? What is this really going towards?
Yeah.
It's one of those things. You got to pay attention to where it all goes.
But
Trying
country
to
artists are not they don't sit here and promote drug use
no,
and the distribution of narcotics and things in their community. Like, and they don't call their women bitches and hoes hardly either.
mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why does every rapper have to sit here and say such negative things?
Blame. I'm gonna say the record labels only because they kind of control the narrative of what gets put out, what gets popular.
Yeah, yeah.
But then also like, understandably, a lot of these guys who come up and become rappers are just telling their story of where they come from. They come from the hood. That's all they know. That's all they've seen.
But we got like 4 or 5 different albums, the same story where you done came from. We haven't grown.
Mm-hmm.
We have not evolved. Like,
But
you're
no,
making money now. You're still in the same situation. No,
eventually it gets to them shitting on like poor people. Like
that
I
good
got
point.
I got a nice iced out chain and like, hey, that's cool, but it's still like
I don't like
what.
you get money and now you want to fuck a regular female that's got a family. Like,
You breaking up
all
a
the
happy
women you could have got.
household.
Yeah, you breaking up happy households. Like, you can go find somebody single.
Nah, they couldn't do that. That's
Nah, you
too
had
too much
to.
like right.
Like Lil Wayne, he was doing some wild actions with some married woman. It's well known facts. You can look it up.
Look it up.
But nah, man. We sometimes we're our own worst enemy. We
Yeah.
allow we allow them to use us like they did in slavery. Like in slavery, the white man didn't always like they say we call white people crackers. That's
It's
from
a
what I've heard. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe we'll have to fact check this. Let me know. But the cracker was black
yeah.
because he had the whip. It was a black person they put in charge of
The
whipping
overseer.
the overseer, and they call him cracker because he cracked that whip.
Mm.
So we do it to ourselves. Like, we let them give us a sense of empowerment because they done gave us the whip or whatever to whip and chain our own people. Whip and chain our own people. Like,
Nowadays niggas ain't.
now that whip and chain
Yeah.
is a crack rock.
Uh,
It's fentanyl because it's because you're giving that to them
and he's like,
and you're
oh, I
keeping
can't
them
find a.
down.
And it's like, why would you sell? I understand. You gotta make money. You gotta make money, but it's still like there's it's 2025. There's plenty of ways to make money.
Yeah, you just gotta apply yourself, Smokey.
Apply yourself, Smokey. Nah, man. Like you have the world in your hand. Literally, the phone is like having the world in your hand, and instead of just watching videos and posting and liking and haha and hee hee and like do legitimate research. Life is about bettering yourself, and if you can better yourself from the device that you already paid for, it's win-win right there.
Yeah,
But I don't want to seem like I'm talking down on anybody, like I got it all together. But I just know it's gonna take all of us. Like we have to collectively, I'm gonna say, break the bonds that colonization has on us. Either be the small things like I like the word nigga. Like I use it as a noun, verb, uh,
I tell
pronoun.
people
Like
that. I say when I say nigga, this is interchangeable.
yeah,
Like
like
this
you
is
can.
unisex as well. Like
This table can be a nigga. Like,
yeah,
but it's also one of those things. Like
kind of like that hoe.
yeah, that over there.
Yeah,
I could be talking about a chair. You don't even realize it.
this hoe heavy than a bitch.
Exactly. But it's one of those things that we have to work on.
Yeah,
What I'm really looking forward to this cruise, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
man, I'm telling you, I have not been on a cruise since
is that the
2018.
one you won the dance competition on?
The lip sync
The
battle.
lip sync battle. That's
Yeah,
what it was.
man, I acted a fool.
Who would did Karina go with you on that one?
No, no, she didn't.
I was trying to figure out who you went to that one with.
I went with some friends from high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go on as many vacations as I can per year. Like I know I got the vacation. We're going to a cruise. I'm going to Panama this summer,
Hmm.
and then it's not really a vacation. My friend's getting married in October, so I'm going to that. Um, and that they were going to India in December for uh my girl's friend. One of her coworkers is getting married.
Yeah, I remember y'all told me about that.
Yeah, any chance to just be off work and be
Yeah.
out, like that's really the main goal. Be away from work and be able to go experience something brand new. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to traveling, doing something different,
Yeah,
getting out of Texas,
right. Go
getting
do
out of
something.
America,
America.
even if for a few hours, a couple days.
I wouldn't mind driving down to Mexico. Like I've thought about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either. I would not mind.
Crossing over the border for a little bit, go somewhere.
You know, you can literally drive right into Mexico from El Paso into Juarez.
Yeah, it's about the same. So either way it goes, either we can go straight south or we can go west and go to Mexico. I probably prefer to go south only because of the beaches. There's like you can go to the beach still because you're coastal.
Yeah.
Or you didn't go to brunch yesterday?
This morning,
This
yes,
morning?
yes, I
Oh,
did.
so I have a very staunch approach to brunch. I feel like if brunch isn't bottomless mimosas, it had two B's, a buffet and bottomless mimosas. I really can't even call it brunch. You just went and had breakfast at this point because
Breakfast.
look, like it's enjoyable. You're supposed to be able to get multiple plates, try multiple things, and get drunk at the same time. I feel like
Mhm.
people have taken the verb of brunch to a different level. Like they've said, oh, well,
Brunch get bougie than a motherfucker too.
yeah, you can still be bougie and be drunk at a buffet.
Like, why do I have to be spending $70 to $100 on brunch? Because let me tell you something. That's dinner money.
Look, brunch is supposed to be a nice little go between. Eat some eggs, some bacon, probably have some chicken tenders there. But like you're supposed to be able to, this is lunch also, but not completely breakfast.
Yeah.
Have some, different things.
Why did they make a brunch, but they ain't make like a dinner,
A Leonard.
a dinner like a
Because then
lunner,
at this point, it's
lunch and
just
dinner.
dinner, I guess. Because at a certain point, you eating just to eat. Like, fuck it. You just give me a cheeseburger and call it a day.
Yeah,
We do got to go to a brunch. We got to go hit
I'm
somewhere
down.
up nice. There's a couple places around here that have
I
pretty
went
good
to this
brunch.
one place down the street. It's like it's got a lady on the board or something like that, and it's like it's not far, but it was good.
Was it across the highway?
Yeah, right across the highway. Drive a little ways down
On like the
on the
service
right,
road?
off the service
I
road on
think
the
our
right.
gym is right next door to that. I think I
Yeah,
know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
it was by a gym.
I've
I
seen that
I
a
don't
couple
remember
times.
the name. We'll probably have, like But yeah, it was really good,
Yeah.
and they had good music. The vibes was there.
Okay.
Had some
Okay.
good cocktails.
You see anybody get hit on while you were there? Anybody like, hey, little mama, mama, like,
No, no, actually,
okay.
I think we kind of got there kind of early too, though, because uh, it was like probably like maybe don't probably nine in the morning or something like that.
Mm. I think people have lost the art of I won't say the art of flirting. I guess people are a little aggressive. Like they're more
People are aggressive on both sides, but
yeah.
it's just like you're taken aback when it's men
Yeah.
because it's like you can hurt someone, brother.
Right?
like
Like, hey, hope you break me, dog. You
like
hey little
women
mama, I'll let you like
women are intimidated by me because well they say I'd rather be in the woods with a
the
bear than
bear
a
than a
man.
yeah.
Like,
That I know they're being facetious when they say it, but every time I hear that, like, you know, he gonna eat you, right? But then I see men how some of them act, and I'm like,
well, I mean, it's like it goes back to
well,
you seeing these news articles of a man getting rejected and then going
punching a
to a
woman in the
woman
mouth or
and
something.
or
Yeah,
killing her.
yeah,
Like men getting upset, their feelings get hurt, their ego gets hurt. I don't know why, because they told you no, and you go set them on fire, or like, come on,
yeah.
bro.
Throw acid in their face. I've seen all kinds. I really think it's because of, I won't say social media is a complete thing of it, but like 20 years ago, you couldn't slide in somebody's DMs and take a no. You had to literally go up to them and take a no to the face.
But they wasn't killing them for that back then. I don't like, or if they were,
It wasn't as like often, I guess, but it's still the fact of like you can go on Tinder and you find somebody eventually, but it's still the fact of like, oh, if I see this girl, I think she's cute. Most likely you're gonna see her on social media. You slide
mm,
into her DMs, she don't reply, she don't reply. But even if like say you in the middle of the deep Ellum or somewhere,
mm,
and you see a girl and you hit on her and she's like, ew no, like now you mad 'cause she told you
shit,
no.
ew, no, and
Yeah,
they do that.
yeah.
They do that, but I mean, it's like just being mature. Like,
What's the worst she can do? Say no. No, she can say
ew,
ew
no,
no.
yeah, like,
Like, you know what? Thank you for saving my life. Have a good night.
yeah, just keep it moving, keep it pushing. Like, you ain't gonna be everybody cup of tea. You know what I'm saying?
Right? You gotta
Uh,
enjoy it. Like that's
like,
the
like them same dudes getting told no. They the same dudes probably didn't make the football team or something. You know what I'm saying?
got
So
mad.
if you took that rejection, how come you can't take rejection from this lady?
I
Like,
think they have their hopes up. They gotta, you know,
what you so invested in a stranger for though? You
look.
don't know nothing about this woman.
They be like, oh, she fine. Let me go see. And then she say no and be like, no, you ugly anyway, bitch. Like,
And it's like, why she gotta be all that? Like,
I've seen when my homeboy did that once. I don't hang out with him anymore. He was like, you ugly anyway. Like, bro, you were literally just saying how she's the most beautiful woman you've ever seen.
bro, how did she go from the most beautiful woman you ever seen to a bitch, all the other?
And his feelings was hurt. A lot of people don't get they. I think that's
But that
also
means it
like,
wasn't. That means that wasn't sincere.
yeah,
If
I
you
see that.
really thought this woman was beautiful and all this other stuff, even when she told you no, thank you, love. I just want you to know
Appreciate
you're
it.
gorgeous. I'm sorry I took up your time, and I
Keep it
wish you
moving,
well. Keep moving, because that's sincere. That's genuine.
right?
Like, I really did think a lot of you to swallow my pride and come here and talk to you. But since you don't find me valuable or worthy,
Just got your attention.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna just
I'm
move
keep it
around.
moving, because you're still a beautiful woman. You're just not my woman.
Yeah, and
So,
that might be the deciding factor. Her to be like, you know what? I'm sorry. Here, let me. And plus, you know,
so
women get
maybe.
yeah, right. That's what you're saying. Nah, women get hit on a lot. I've come to
Oh yeah,
realize like
yeah.
they get hit on a lot. So you know, one dude, you
And it's the
know,
same thing over and over a lot of times too.
right? One dude coming up saying, you know, oh well, all right, cool. Women get hit on a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Women do get it on a lot.
We just gotta temper the fact of like being told no is not the end of the world. They outnumber us 2 to 1. No,
Is it still 2-1?
I thought it was like 10 to 1.
And why is there so many niggas in the club compared to women?
Because most women don't like to go to the club.
Used to not be like that.
Man, I miss the club back in the day. Like
I'm gonna tell you, I had an experience. Go ahead, finish your
nowadays,
thought.
like even when we went to the club in Oklahoma, like most people just stand around.
In
Nobody
Oklahoma, that is true.
dances.
Yeah,
And it's like I don't know if it's the fact of like if you out here busting the move on the dance floor, somebody gonna be in the corner recording you out here acting a plum fool. And now you a meme.
That means you can't dance.
Hey, with dancing is the eye of the beholder. I've seen people like they were having seizures, but they was out there breaking it down.
They had a good time, but they was not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like back in the club when like we go to the club in our business casual attire and sweat out weaves, like
I
walk out
think
that bitch
people need to
musty.
learn that, and this is to the point. Like you got to learn your dance. Like you can't do stomp the yard and all this other stuff. That ain't you. And it's just a simple thing. It's a 1-2. The music coming on. I stay right here. What the sound hitch? Right
Elbows
here.
in, one,
Right
two,
here.
third hit. It's just
And
bread and
on
butter.
beat. On beat. Stay on beat. And then that's it. Lay it down. But I'm gonna tell you, like this past weekend for my homegirl's birthday, bruh, went to Concrete Cowboy in Frisco.
Okay.
Folks was dancing,
Okay,
and it
good.
was lit, like for real. And it wasn't just men dancing, like it was women dancing. And, most men don't dance, but there was,
No, yeah, but if there's a woman out there that
yeah,
might
like it
dance.
was turned. You know what I'm saying? Like it was lit. I had a great time because not often do I go somewhere that people are dancing, and I like to dance.
Yeah,
So it was like I guess you got to find
the right
the right,
atmosphere.
yeah, atmosphere.
Every club I've been to recently, as I get older, it's like, why y'all niggas just standing around? Like
Holding
people
up the
got they
wall.
people got their sections, and somebody's over in the corner taking photos, and they're doing TikToks over here. It's like you're supposed to enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Like you here to socialize and mingle and meet with people. But everybody's, I guess, too standoffish because nobody wants to. Well, what sucks is you do run the risk of getting recorded and not even knowing it until you see yourself later in the night on
That
social media. Like, oh, that's me. Yep, that's definitely me over there doing the worm.
was definitely me, like picking people up in the club, just like, ah! Like, bro, imagine you. I
Sir.
picked up. So my friend, her man was there. One of my friends, her
Mm.
man was there. Grown man. I don't know why I picked this man up.
Was he small?
No, he wasn't small.
You just like fucking pick this nigga.
Yeah, I was like, hey, we lit, just hopping up and down with a grown man. He's like, put me down. And
Drunk.
I'm like, oh, my bad.
My
This is a
bad.
grown
Sorry.
man. Like,
Sorry. Got a little too excited. Didn't know what to do with my hands.
yeah, I literally did not. I just got overly excited. Just
Wow. You cut off for the night.
look, that's when they should have told me no more shots. Because I had done, so we went to Miko Cena,
Okay.
Mambo Taxi, Mambo Limousine.
Look, them bad
Back to
boys.
back.
Them boys be hidden.
Them alone.
Alone. You been to Miko City, you should know. The Mumbo
Definitely.
Taxi. And what is Mumbo Limousine?
Mambo Limousine. It's a little tall. It got a little extra drink, like a Midori.
A Midori at the bottom, like a
Yeah.
melon liqueur,
Yeah, yeah.
green.
Yeah.
And then it has like the
Something like that.
sangria on top, right?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I think that was it. I think.
It's like
Don't
it's
quote
a
me on
wine
that.
or something.
Yeah.
It's still.
And so I took them. Cool. You gotta think about this. I also got my crown apple in my flask.
Wow.
Yeah. Real alcoholic activities.
Yes, sir.
So I go in there, I get me a vodka cranberry. No, I got me a tequila pineapple. Tequila pineapple, because I did tequila over yonder. So the tequila pineapple, drank that. I said, I'm not finna go to this bar and get another drink. I opened the flask. Hey, we saving money.
You see
So
them coins.
drink that up. Then it's time to go. I get a beer. There's a beer. Sip on it. Sip on it. The man that I picked up, I said, "Hey," he said, "You want to go get some shots?" I'm down. Cool.
Mm.
Said first round on me. We took some green tea shots.
Okay.
I did another green tea. He did a lemon drop. Boom. So then by that time, I done picked him up.
That's when you pick.
It's Pete's dueling piano bar place.
Yeah.
So then we say, okay, the vibe really ain't there at Pete's. Like everybody else is like having a good time. They're playing a lot of country and stuff. We was looking for more of a hip hop R&B scene. So we said, let's go to Concrete Cowboy. So we get there, drinks. They buy my homegirl's wife buys us. They get a section.
Oh yeah.
So then they bring vodka, Casamigos.
Oh yeah, it's over there.
I'm
Yes,
doing
go ahead.
shots. I'm drinking. I got my little cocktail, my shots. Shot, chase it down with a cocktail.
Oh yeah, you get drunk on top of getting drunk.
Yeah, and now I'm in there dancing, having a good time. Woo! Big dude, 300 pounds. I start picking people up. Yeah,
You
yeah.
doing too much
I done jumped on. You got the section. I done got on the
on the couch.
top of the, not on the couch, on the top of the couch.
Drunk ass.
Dude look over at me and said, "Hey, you gotta get down." And I don't usually do this, but I was like, "What about them?"
Hey, where's y'all
Nigga
from?
over there kind of straight for no reason. He
Like we
looked at him and
did,
said, "Get down."
we did Dave's hot chicken.
And I thought about that. So we went to Oklahoma and we went to Dave's Hot Chicken. Me, my cousin, my other cousin, we're all chilling. And they're shutting it down, whatever. The police come in and tell these, I say kids, but they had tattoos. They might have been 18, 19, whatever. Little white boy gonna say, no offense, but what about them? The officer's like, don't worry about them. Get out of here.
Don't worry about
And
that.
I looked at him like, you a fucking snitch.
Right?
And here I go doing the same thing. But yeah, I was tired. Just, I don't know. I was dancing and picking people up. And
You drunk.
but I made sure everybody made it home safe.
No picking people up on the cruise. I don't feel like fighting nobody.
I'm not going. Yeah. I'm not. No. I'm not
You
trying to
can't.
do that on the water.
Yeah.
I can't swim. Cause my luck, I'll be done pick somebody up, and somebody bigger gonna come and pick me up and throw me over.
Well, that's murder because nobody. You're not going to be found because the ship's not going to be able to turn
I
around.
can't do it.
I've always thought about that. Like, if you fall off a ship,
I can't
like,
swim. Black folks negative buoyant.
shut the fuck up. You got to teach. You really don't know how to swim.
It's
You know
the
how to like.
ocean. I can. I
I mean,
can.
like in a pool.
In a pool, I can get from point A to point B. I
Like
can
if you go into
survive.
the deep end of the pool,
If
can
I
you
go into the
like?
deep end, I'll get back. I will say one time I dove into a pool. It was like one of them legit pools. I jumped from a diving board. I guess it's like probably 10, 15 feet or whatever.
Yeah.
When I went down, I didn't even touch the ground. So I don't know, but I came back up and then I swam back to the.
Okay.
But I can get from point A to point B.
But no, yeah. But with a cruise ship, they say like if you go overboard, by the time you hit the water, the ship's already like
Past you?
it's gone. It's past you because the ship's going at a steady speed.
Yeah, yeah.
So like it's a good probably depending how you fall
So
off the
it's one of
ship.
those,
Yep.
ass falls.
You
And so
gonna
by the time that, yeah, the
you
ship's out
they
there.
down the street. They gone
They down
gone.
the street.
They round the block.
God,
Nah.
no, I can't do it.
Not many people are found. Like if they fall off a ship or something,
And
not
there's
many people
sharks
are
in them,
found.
too.
Oh yeah.
There's so many things in the ocean. I don't even
You
know why I'm doing this.
you ever looked at it? That's why I like. I don't know why I like water. I like big ass bodies of water. Like if you go on a cruise nighttime and there's no moon,
It's dark.
dark. Like you ain't seeing shit.
Mm-mm.
But nah, yeah.
Dark.
I'm looking forward to vacation.
Oh, me too.
You know. So
We need to get a. We need questions, comments.
Right. You
You
gotta get a phone
know,
number.
phone number. My phone number.
No, like a phone number so people can
Yeah. We
call
need
in.
a phone number. So maybe we can send them an email.
You can set up an email. People can send in
Yeah,
questions.
yeah.
Send your questions in.
Put
Any
them in the
life
comments.
chats you got, anything like that.
Yeah, put your questions and things in the comments. Topics you might like us to discuss, or if you have any questions, put them in the comments. We're gonna get an email for you all to submit questions, comments, and things like that. Um, we're getting to the end of the show.
Right.
Okay, so young shows about us growing up, having knowledge and wisdom.
Passing it down to the
What do you think your top three pieces of advice would be for this episode?
for this episode. Um, take time to enjoy life. You work hard, be it vacations or just having fun with your friends or just relaxing. Take time to stop and enjoy everything you got going on around you. That's one. Um, Go do some shit. Go have fun. That's two. And three is you got to be a gentleman, but like try to be a better man. Like don't don't run around thinking oh, women are for only one thing. They're a person also. They have feelings just like you do,
Hmm.
and that's really it. What about you?
I feel like that was two.
That was three.
That was three. You
The
said travel,
vacation.
vacation.
Oh yeah, well that counts as one.
Mm.
Three would be take care of yourself.
Mm.
Take time to put in the. I say this as I have a full gut too. Put the work in because longevity it kind of based off what you put in earlier in life. The going of going to the gym, walking, eating right, all those tie together to you to be 80, 90 years old down the line.
This is true.
But no, yeah, that's all I got.
My top three: give yourself the grace and love that you give others. Um, Practice being more and more self-aware every day. And I would say my third is work on your circle of people that you keep around you
Yeah.
because you are who you hang out with. And the people that you hang out with, they say so much and do so many things to shape and mold you throughout the years. Um, because my best friend, known her since junior high. Look, when I tell you, seen me at some rough times, and she's not the only one. I have other friends that have done the same. Like I've been in low, dark places, and they spoke life into me. When I was saying I'm not shit, when I was saying that I'm I'm not worthy of good things, they were telling me that's not true because the way you are with us, the way you are with the world, the way you are with people, you deserve that same thing back. And that's why we treat people the way we do. Like when we treat people well, it's because we wish someone would do that for us.
Yeah.
So do it for yourself. So those are my top three. I hope you all have a good week, good life, and
Right.
this is the Young Show.